Hello, US101 class, and we are at the end of week 3. We're going into week 4, and things are moving very quickly, just as we've been discussing. Some of you have been getting really behind, and you have contacted me, but we're at a point where the grades are really dropping. And some of you I may have approved of you turning in late work, but I'm going to start putting in zeros so you can see the grades as is. But if I have given you prior approval, which is the only way you can turn in late work, right? Remember that. You have to ask for permission and talk to me and get approval from me first. Then if you do that, I will let you turn in late work. But I'm going to start putting in zeros for a lot of folks so that they can see where their grade is as is. If I've given you that allowance, you can just turn in your work whenever you get it done, and you'll potentially still get full points if you do everything that you need to do. There will be a cutoff point at a certain time as we get closer to the end. I can't leave late work open up for indefinitely. And some of you, we've had discussions about time frames and all of that. So just several things I want to remind everybody as we're moving along with this. First of all, you're doing great. If you're keeping up this far and you're watching this video, it means you're paying attention, you're doing your best to do what you can to succeed in this class. Remember that papers, okay, this is the important part. They need to have dates, as in time periods that are being covered. I want to see the source, whether it's Zen or the article. And if it's Zen, I want to see the page number. And you should try to make it as close to a page as possible, okay? And so that's the formula for the papers. Don't forget. And when it comes to discussions, cars are so loud these days as they go by. Anyways, when it comes to discussions or notes or anything, I just want to remind you of this. I'm giving full points if you are showing that you watched the video. But let's just take the example of Huey P. Newton and William F. Buckley Jr. Having a discussion about the American Revolution. There's a very specific reason I had you watch that clip that was relevant to the whole topic. And some of you point out the fact that Huey P. Newton asked the conservative William F. Buckley Jr. that if he was alive during the time of the American Revolution, what side would he stood on? And that was a relevant and interesting question because, William F. Buckley Jr. was looking at Huey P. Newton and the Black Panthers as criminal, as problematic in their idea of revolution against the system. And yet, so Huey P. Newton wanted to say, give him the question, well, what if you supported the American Revolution that was also a violent revolution against the current status quo, against the government? And it threw him off, and he had to agree that he would, and you can see how it created that dialogue shift. But it was about the complexities and the contradictions that we deal with when it comes to what we celebrate in our history and then the values we have now and how that converge. That's what I was kind of hoping you would see through the video. A lot of you were just writing things saying Huey P. Newton got arrested and then got released, or you were saying that William F. Buckley Jr. was a conservative, and not really writing in the notes how it addressed the relevance. Now, I'm telling you, I'm giving you full credits for you writing things down where I know that you watched the video clip. But what I'm just asking you to do is to think about trying to address, write the notes down, showing me that you're connecting the dots of why why I'm having you view the clip. If you do that, what you're doing is you're maximizing your education. You're seeing how these videos and the lectures and the clips are trying to come together and help give you something to think about. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to help maximize your education. For me, I'm going to give you the full grade no matter what, but I'm telling you what I like, and I'm telling you what's best for you in terms of helping you, in your learning. But I get it. Sometimes you're just busy, you're working, and you just have to hurry up and just get your workout. So that's fair. And the same thing goes with the discussions. I can tell when some of you haven't really put the time in to look at the sources I'm asking you to. And I might be giving you credit for it because you're making some sort of answer, but again, to give the quality of your education, to maximize your education, isn't it interesting now when we think about Samuel Johnson's Taxation is No Tyranny article, and hearing a British perspective on critiquing, our founding fathers, our revolutionary founders, on several different levels. It's an interesting take that we don't really get exposed to, right? Or looking into Thomas Paine's deeper analysis of common sense and what he was trying to say about monarchy, the Bible, and what's and republicanism and all of that. So just keep in mind, again, these are the things I'm looking for. Is I want you to learn and get engaged and see that U.S. history can actually be way more interesting than maybe some of you might have thought in the past. And so just keep that in mind. I was trying to think if there was any other things to bring up. I think I'll leave it there. There's an exam coming up next week, on the week 4. Just know that the same requirements for the exam are what you have for the Sunday papers, except it's just more. It's just going to ask for more to do. And you don't have many exams, and you don't have quizzes. So keep that in mind, okay? And so don't overthink it. If you're getting your Sunday papers down, you're going to get the exam down. You're going to understand what to do, and you're going to do it right. So I think that's all I have to say. I want to encourage you to, I'm now back in the swing of things. I really appreciated all your support, on dealing with my mother's situation that I posted, and I've been able to start catching up on grading more. I'm doing Zoom hours for Zoom office hours, and we can talk on the phone at appropriate hours and arrangements if that also helps get through anything. So, so that's all I want to say, and I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. We'll be in touch.